Okay, are you ready now?
I guess.
Okay, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So obviously he's here. Okay, no. Obviously Julian's here and we're gonna be doing a Q&A from our teen parent Q&A. But for our first kid, well, we came up with 10 questions. So question number 1 is, how did you feel when finding out about the pregnancy? Do you remember?
Do I remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know, it was just a shock moment. Like, at first, I didn't believe you, but then I did, and I was like, well, it's not that I didn't believe you, but I was just like, no way, like. But then, you know how you were all moody and stuff, so I was like, maybe.
Okay. I mean, it was just like, I don't know. So basically, like, let's just like take it back a little bit. So like, I don't know how to really say it without like answering one of these questions, but I just took a test one morning, and funny story, I took my pregnancy test and I found out I was pregnant the same day his sister was having a baby. So she was in the hospital already having a baby while I'm over here finding out I'm pregnant. But so yeah, like, he made me go take the test in the first place, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna be pregnant. And I took it, and I remember, like, I sat it down on the counter, and I thought I did it wrong because I didn't, like, you know, stick it in pee or anything. I just kind of peed on it. That's kind of TMI, but yeah, I just peed on it, and then I sat it on the thing, and then I finished, and like, I look over, and I'm like, it's going across, and I'm like, there's a big fat plus on here. And I started shaking really freaking bad, and I'm like, my heart was racing, and I'm just like, no, and I'm like tearing up. And I remember, like, I Snapchatted it to my best friend, and I'm like, is this positive? And she's like, yeah, very. So I took it to him, and I just like hugged him, and I like started like crying, and he was just like really calm, but like,
I was shook.
he was like shook calm, you know, like I could feel his heart racing. So it was just like, holy crap, this is insane. So yeah, that was a big one. Okay, how did he take it? So we basically just answered that. He was like,
I was shook.
he was shook. What made you think you were pregnant? I'm gonna go first on this one. So, backstory.
Moody.
I didn't think I was pregnant at all. I was literally like super in denial. Honestly, I did not have any freaking symptoms until about a week before I found out I was pregnant. And it was like everything you could possibly imagine, like nausea, I had a strong sense of smell, I was extremely moody, I was like, I couldn't eat, stuff like that, like, you know, pregnancy symptoms. And I still was really, really in denial. I didn't even notice I missed my period, but I was just like, no, there's like no way I'm pregnant. I'm gonna let him answer because he was the one who thought I was pregnant the whole time.
Your mood, you weren't nice. You were...
Whatever. No, I wasn't. The thing is like, I would literally like trip about anything, like anything. But the thing is, it wasn't,
why aren't you here?
It wasn't just like being mad. Like, I would literally start crying for no reason. Like, we'd just be sitting there, and I'm like, I'd cry for no reason. Like, I would just start crying.
Oh my gosh.
So
I remember that one time when, well, it was further along.
In my pregnancy?
It was your baby shower. Weren't you crying over like a dress?
Oh yeah, I see. I cried over that. It was whatever. Like I cried about anything. Seriously. How old were you then versus now? So, like I said, I was 17 when I found out I was pregnant, and I was 18 when I had my daughter.
I mean, yeah, I was 18. I was gonna be 19.
I'm now 22, and he is
22.
How did both of our families take it? Oh, you want me to go first?
Forced. Tell my mom, right?
A week, almost 2 weeks after I found out I was pregnant.
Yeah. I had to let it soak up a little bit. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't soaked enough.
You gotta rip that Band-Aid off.
Yeah, but my mom wasn't happy at all.
Mm-hmm. She did not talk to us for like a while.
Couple months.
No, not a month. Like,
it was like a month.
Yeah, like a month. Like she would say like little to nothing to us. It was
3 weeks.
Yeah, it was kind of sad.
Honestly, I don't remember how my sisters reacted.
I remember, like, everybody was like, oh yeah, congratulations. Yeah. That was it. Like, everybody else was just like, I don't know if they had anything to say about it, but from what they told us, like, it was just like, oh, congratulations, and then how far along are you? Like, stuff like that. My family, on the other hand, so, the day I found out I was pregnant, I went to my best friend's house, and we ended up picking up a couple more pregnancy tests because I was still super in denial. I took 6 pregnancy tests and got it.
Still has them.
I do. And I got it confirmed, and I was still super in denial. Those came out positive, so we went to my mom's house, and the first people I told were my sisters, my older sister and my little sister. And I brought them into a room, and I was like, I need to tell you guys something. And they were like, what do you need to say? And I was just like, oh my God, guys, like, I'm pregnant. And they thought I was joking, while my best friend's just sitting there in the corner, like, she ain't lying.
She brought the receipts.
So I showed them the pregnancy test, and they were like, no, like, you're not being for real right now. This is not real. And I was like, I have another pregnancy test. I can take it right now. And my sister made me go into the bathroom. Like, I didn't even have to pee. And she made me go in the bathroom, my older sister. And she went in there with me. And I was like, Brie, like, it's gonna come out positive. And she sat on the counter, and like, I took the test and it came out positive, and she started bawling. So we went back in the room, and she was like, Trinity, that's my little sister. You guys met her. She's like, she's really pregnant. She's only 17. I don't know why I'm laughing. Like, this is not funny. Oh my gosh. But, yeah. And I had no, like, I could not tell my mom. You guys, I literally could not tell my mom. So I made my older sister do it. And my older sister didn't even have the nerve to tell her either. So what she did was she handed her the pregnancy test. And my mom looked at her, and she was like, are you pregnant? And my sister was like, no, with tears rolling down her eyes. Like, it looked like she was the one who was pregnant. And I'm just sitting in the living room, and my heart was racing, and I was just like, please don't look at me. Please don't look at me. And then she looked at my little sister. So she didn't even think it was me. But she looked at my little sister, and she was like, are you pregnant? And my little sister was like, no. And she looked at me, and then, like, it was just pure disappointment. And I was like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm the only one with a boyfriend. Why did she not think it was me? But yeah, she yelled at me a lot, and I started crying because I felt so bad. She wasn't yelling at me like in a really bad way, but she was yelling at me more in like a disappointed way. I understand, like I was only 17, so like what mother wouldn't be upset? But the next day, like we sat down and we talked about it, and she, you know, has been such a big support ever since. My mom has been my rock throughout my whole pregnancy with my daughter, my son, and till this day she is amazing. So shout out to my mom. Next question. How did you both adjust to being parents? Hold on, like honestly, I'm gonna interrupt you real quick, because honestly, like with Elena, it was like love at first sight for him.
It was.
Seriously, I saw him tear up.
I did.
When she came out.
It was hard at first. I know that a lot of the pregnancy was like pretty rough, emotional part for me. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, but like you said, yeah, like the moment I had her in my hands, just, I don't know, everything changed. You know, I like instantly found love, and just seeing that I created it. It's just like holding a newborn in general is like, it's a once in a lifetime experience.
For me, adjusting was really hard. After I had my daughter, it was like a whirl of emotion. I didn't know what to feel. I didn't know how to take care of a baby. I was a teenager. I was a baby myself. So it was really, really difficult for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like I went through really bad postpartum depression. So, yeah, adjusting to being a teen parent and a new parent with a little baby was really hard. So he was such a big help with everything. Things like I couldn't even get up to do, honestly. So that's really how it is. Not everybody has a really good experience when having their first, or I was one of them who didn't have that great of an experience at first. So like I said, adjusting was pretty hard for me. Okay, next question. Did we live together at the time? Yes, we did. We've been living together since we were 15. So through everything. Were we planning on having kids? No, we were not. We were not planning on having kids the first time, and we were not planning on having kids on the second time. Okay, so Mateo woke up, but we had to get him back to sleep. So we're going to the next question. It's how did we meet? So we met at the mall when we were 14, and he caught my eye, and I told one of my friends, I was like, oh, he's cute. But we like went on with our day, and we just kept doing whatever we were doing at the mall, and we coincidentally kept like running into him, but like on opposite ends of the mall. We weren't like right next to each other, but we were heading into a store.
We were going in.
And
you guys were coming from the side, I think.
Yeah, we were. My friend, and she like said something because he was like wearing a pink shirt, and she was just like, hey, you pink shirt.
Hey, yo, pink shirt.
Yeah. And he like looked over, but like I was just like, what the heck, like why did you do that? And then like we just kind of laughed it off and went into the store, and they coincidentally were going in the store as well. And he was with his cousins, and my friend goes up to him and gives him my information, but it was the wrong information. Like I don't know what, but so like she was like, oh no, just go tell him I got the wrong one. I was like, no, but she made me. So I went over, I was like, oh, she gave you the wrong one, and I like put the right stuff. So that's kind of like how we met. And then I go home and I got on Facebook, and I'm like, who's this weirdo adding me on Facebook? I was literally about to decline it too. I was like, who is this? And then I look and I'm like, oh, that's the guy from the mall. So And the rest is history, 7 years later. Okay, next question. How was labor and delivery, and were you scared? Were you scared?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh my goodness. No, I was not scared. I remember my water broke at my mom's house and my mom was like freaking out, and I was just like super excited. I was like, oh God, I'm gonna meet my baby girl. I was so happy. I was like, let's go, let's go, let's go. I had to call him like 11 times because he was dead asleep and he just wouldn't answer the phone. And I'm like, hello, my water broke, like it's time. And then my mom was gonna take me to the hospital, but like he got to my house in like 2 minutes. So
speeding.
yeah, like I was like, hey, my water broke, it's time to go to the hospital. And he like hung up on me. He got to my house in 2 minutes and we went to the hospital. My labor was actually really easy. Nothing really like exciting happened. That's why I'm never probably gonna do a labor and delivery like video, because like it was that boring. I was in labor 14 hours and it was slow and fast at the same time. I had an epidural and I pushed like twice and my daughter came. It was nothing serious. Now my son, I will do a different video on that because that was an experience to remember. I might insert some pictures of my pregnancy with my daughter like randomly in here. Yeah, I wasn't scared and my labor and delivery was super easy. Like I said, short and long at the same time.
Oh, mommy. Oh, baby. Oh, she's upset. Don't cry, baby.
Yeah, that was all of our questions. I think we answered them pretty good. I mean, if you guys have any other questions that we can answer, you guys can follow us on Instagram or you can put a comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you liked it. We came up with these questions. So, I mean, like I said, if you had any other questions that might be different, just go ahead and message us on Instagram or leave a comment in the comment section. Alright, so just make sure you guys like and subscribe for more videos.